welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Head shave time. I've just finished off a face shave using this wonderful soap, 1912 by Wickham, Parma Violet. It smells exactly like Parma Violet sweets, little purple sweets that you used to get. It's just superb, I absolutely love it. I love how Darren makes these scents that just sing to me when I was a kid and just take me back to when I was younger, which is nice. Post shave feel is outstanding. I've used theirs, which is on a bit of the Florida Waters cologne or aftershave, and it feels incredibly moisturised, just really great. So let's will I wet the head or will I get a bit of a load? I'm going to just go and wet my head and get stuck in. I've still got load in my brush from my face shave, the Purple Haze Wolf Whiskers with a 25mm Black Wolf fan notch. So I'm just going to wet my head. And then just get stuck in and just see what I can get out of what's left in the brush. It probably won't go too far, but we can always see. I've done 3 passes with the load that I loaded in this brush, so it just goes to show you how good this Wickham soap is that I'm managing to actually get some sort of lather going on up here. It's not a great lather, I will have to go back to the tub, but it gives me something to start with. So I'm just going to dip the tips, go back in the tub again, just sort of reload the brush a bit with some more fresh soap. I'm only going to need a couple of passes. Scent's amazing. The scent strength's only up there around about a 5.5 once it's wet. But it does smell incredible. For those of you that don't know what Parma Violet smells like, or you can't get it in your country, it's quite a sweet sort of floral scent. And I would say it's good enough to eat, because I know you can eat it, and I have ate it, and I do enjoy them. It's not something you can eat a lot of, they're quite a sickly sort of taste, but they are nice. Very similar, if you can get refreshers, the refresher candies and sweets, very similar idea to them. I'm just going to stick to the Murgress today, just to keep it nice and mild and simple. I've got it setting 2, I'm just going to leave it on there and see what happens for the with the grain path, and just see how it feels. So this is with the Dollar Shave blade still in there, this exact same blade that I just used on my face, and that feels very smooth. Now the reason I think I'm getting reactions on my head with some soaps that I'm using is because I think I'm sort of over shaving at the moment on my head. I go against the grain every time on my head, so I have shaved it quite a fair bit over the past week. So I've given it a rest for a couple of days, and let's just see how it feels once I get the second pass on, the second lather onto the head. As always with Wickham as well, it rinses out the razor very well, even with cold water, which is a massive bonus for me, because that's literally all I ever shave with. It's amazing how when you fill these little sort of hollow tubes or whatever you want to call them, they fill up with lather, how little the razor shaves in, because it's got no way to actually push the lather into it. It's quite amazing how much the razor stops doing its job. So it'll be interesting to see how this razor holds up against the grain with this blade in it. So far, it's doing an okay job. Doesn't feel anything like the Wunderbar or the R41 or even the Timeless does, but it is on setting 2. Which compared to all of those razors is a very mild setting. There's still quite a lot of hair left. I'm not looking forward to this against the grain pass. I might have to pull out the Wunderbar. Not the Timeless. Right, so it's done an okay job. It's taken the majority of it off, but as you can hear, there's still a lot of hair on there, so into the sink out. We'll get lathered up again, and then we'll go against the grain and see how this little blade holds up. The soap is outstanding. I don't normally head lather, but it's just because I had it in the wool whiskers. I just thought I'd stick to it, and I don't use this to bowl lather this brush because I don't want to ding it on the side of the bowl and scratch it all up. So just dipping the tips here because it's quite dry. As you can see, the lather's starting to build. That's just outstanding. Outstanding. Right, start with this in set 2. Dollar blade. I've got no irritation on my head at all, which suggests it's more than likely that I'm overshaving at the moment with my head. Against the grain. It doesn't feel too bad. It's maybe not as close as with the Wunderbar or the Timeless or the R41. But it feels alright. It's certainly smooth enough to keep me happy. You can see from that the residual slickness is incredible, far superior to most soaps that I've used. And it's not just Parma Violet, it's all the Wickham 1912 range that's like this. Well, it should be, it's all the same formulation, but Superb. I don't think it's going to be super good against the grain. We'll soon see, on the back anyway. I don't think I cut myself, but I've become a bit complacent there because I've been using the Wunderbar. There's no overhang on the Wunderbar. There is on this Timeless. A little bit of overhang there, and I've just touched the top of that ear with it, whereas the Wunderbar you can get stuck in and not have to worry about cutting your ears or anything. Right, let's just see how this feels against the grain on the back. That is surprisingly excellent. As you can see, it's taking the hair off, no problem. It's one clean stroke, it's not jittery, it's not jumping, it's not skipping. That's my daughter getting a lecture from Mum. For those of you that have got kids in high school, or just started high school, you'll know exactly what our pain is like. To be perfectly fair, there's no way when I went to high school that I copped as much homework and as much work as they do nowadays. Nowhere near it. It's just incredible the amount of work that they've got to do now. This just demonstrates the residual slickness you get with Wickham. Very, very few shave soaps and creams offer you this amount of slickness, residual slickness. Having to spend a lot more time touching up. But that's because the razor's so mild. That's nothing to do with the soap or anything like that. And that is as BBS as you're ever going to get. Apart from that little bit on the back. There we go. Oh, what a shave. So, it sort of goes to show you don't need a super efficient razor to get a good edge shave. You just have to take a bit more time. Even though this video is probably quicker than most of my head shaves. That's probably due to the fact I'm not talking as much shit today. I'm a little bit tired this morning. I hope everyone's had a good weekend so far. Sunday here, back to work tomorrow. And I know it's Sunday pretty much everywhere else in the world apart from a lot of America. Right, I'm just going to pop some of this on just now, let it dry while I'm talking about everything else. There's Witch Hazel Peach. Smells exactly like peach schnapps, the alcohol drink. It actually gives a reasonably nice little tingle. It's not in the same wavelength as the Humphreys, but you can feel it. But it tastes good. You can almost drink this stuff, it's that good. Right, the soap is Wickham 1912 Parma Violet. Wonderful soap, really, really nice. Got a beautiful scent. Just cleaning the puck up, I can show you the actual soap itself. rinse the brush out as well. The brush needs a hell of a good rinse after it. It just holds onto this lather like you wouldn't believe. There we go. Yeah, so that's the soap there. It looks like that. It is a hard soap. It's not as hard as triple milled, but it's the hardest. I think it's hot poured. I'm pretty sure it's a hot pour. It's the hardest hot pour soap I've ever felt. And it smells superb. Absolutely superb. The brush today for my head shave and face shave, Wolf Whiskers, Purple Haze. This is the Iliad shaped handle with 7 flutes on the bottom. 25mm fan, black wolf knot. I have just recently noticed there's an ultra fan on there, and I'm hoping there's going to be some left that I can pop into my next Wolf Whiskers. And it smells great. Oh yeah, really good. The razor surprised me today for my head shave. The Maugress setting 2 for the full shave with the Dollar stainless blade in there, which is made by Supermax. Excellent blade. I don't know how much they are to buy a pack. I've never seen them before, first time I ever got one. Excellent blades, really smooth, really sharp, really good. And then we moved on to the Thayer's Peach, which is excellent stuff, and we're dried in. I'm just going to finish off the full face and head again with some Murray and Landman Florida Waters, which is a sort of cola based, cola scented aftershave. A good splash of that. Beautiful. What a shave. The scent on this is absolutely brilliant as well. It goes so well with Club Cola, and I'm sure there is actually Florida Water scented soaps out there, but it works great with Club Cola and Parma Violet and anything else that's sort of sweet scented that tastes like a lolly or candy, whatever you want to call it. Anyway guys, I shall catch you all later. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.